Like all targets, submasters have a list where we can see their properties and modify them. Let's take a look. Just like all of the other things you can create in Element, submasters have their own list where you can see all of their properties. So there's two ways to get to the submaster list. You can either double hit the sub hard key, sub, and that will open it up. Or you can hit the Add a Tab button and find your subs list here, tab 15. So you can see in the submaster list, there's a lot of properties that submasters have. And one of them that's very useful is the first column, which is percentage. And that allows you to see what value each sub is at. So this is a great place to come in and reference and see what subs are contributing to the output of the stage. This is also a place where you can see your labels in addition to your fader ribbon. So let's go ahead and give sub1 a label. Sub1 label. And we're going to call this one special. Another thing that changes when you go into your sublist is your CIA. You'll notice that you'll get the ability to change all the properties that are displayed in the list view of your Submaster tab. The one we want to look at today is your mode. A Submaster can either be additive or inhibitive. Additive allows the sub to contribute levels to the stage. Inhibitive prevents levels from being put on the stage, like a MIDI Grandmaster for specific channels. Let's look at how both of these work. So I'm going to go ahead and change sub1 to an inhibitive sub. So I'll come down here and click inhibitive. The first thing that changes, you'll notice, is in our fader ribbon, sub1 has turned red and it's at full. Because we use inhibitive subs as MIDI Grandmasters, we generally want them to be on at full until we want to use them to prevent output. So I'm going to slide that fader up so it'll stop blinking at me and be happy. Let's go into live. And I'm going to go ahead and say, go to Q1, enter. And that'll load Q1 on stage. And you'll notice the channels 1 through 3 are a part of my queue. And right now, my inhibitive sub 1 is at full. But as I start to bring down that fader, because channels 1 through 3 are recorded in sub 1, I'm starting to limit their output. So at 50% output, my channels are at 50% of their recorded value. You'll also notice that in my channel tiles, I get a little yellow eye next to my intensity, and that just gives me an indication that these values are being inhibited by a submaster. If I bring that value back up to full, those channels are allowed to contribute fully at their recorded value from the queue. I'm going to go ahead and go to queue out to take all of my values off stage.